Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mark, the Subpar Sports Guy, and this is a fantasy draft franchise that I ended up doing. It is going to be the Detroit Tigers that I'm using. That's going to be the jerseys that I'm wearing. But anyways, I kind of wanted to show you guys what I did for this draft. I want to make it a super short video because I didn't want to actually show you the draft. That's quite boring. But anyways, I want to show you my idea behind it and how I plan on stacking my team with having forced trades off. So basically that means that every single trade is not necessarily accepted. As you can notice, my hitting lineup is pretty stacked right now, and I have terrible pitching. My ace, I guess you could call it, or my first pitcher, is going to be Tyler Skaggs, and don't get me wrong, he's not terrible, but is not an ace by any stretch of the imagination. So we are, basically you can tell I didn't get pitchers, as I just said. I got a ton of hitters, I got a ton of first basemen, or not a ton, but I got two of them, a couple center fielders, and I'm basically going to show you my idea of what was going through my head, and then we're just going to go on to the trades I make to end up stacking my team. So I ended up getting, I think, the 6th pick. I could double check that. Yeah, I got the 6th pick. We're in round 19 right now, and I'm still in the draft. But basically I got Giancarlo Stanton, then Michael Brantley, Chris Davis, D. Gordon, Ben Revere, Corey Dickerson, Matt Carpenter. Then I finally got a pitcher, Tyler Skaggs, Eric Young Jr., Billy Butler, Tyler Matzik, Jimmy Nelson, Martin Perez, and then I end up after that getting a bunch of prospects. So what I do after I get 4 or 5 pitchers in about round 15 or thereabouts, I end up going for guys with red circles. So anything that says top 50 means they're a top 50 prospect, and their potential is going to be an A. And I just brought up this menu by pressing triangle for those of you that don't know, but I'm sure 99% of you do know that. So anyone with a top 50 red circle is going to have A potential, and they're going to be worth a ton as far as the trade block goes. I don't put them on the actual trade block, but they're worth a ton in trading. And then you can also keep them, obviously, and they'll probably end up being a stud a few years down the road in the long term. So basically, they're extremely valuable no matter if you keep them or if you trade them. Now, after you find all the red circles, you can just simply scroll down the menus just like that and try and find one. You end up going person by person, pressing triangle, and trying to find someone with a potential. So I found these 2 guys with a potential, and I'm going to go position by position. So I have a catcher who has a potential and a first baseman who has a potential. Now I'm going to do the same thing at second base. And once you're done doing that, you can go to third base and so on and so forth, finding guys with a potential. Usually I do about 40 to 45 rounds, and once all the A potentials are gone, or at least most of them, I end up going for a few B potentials, maybe 3, 4, or 5, and then I just send the draft from there, because at that point it really doesn't matter too much. Because really the A potential is where all the value is at. You can get a little bit for B potential players, but not too much. So really potential is the most important thing in this game. But that being said, I don't want to show you any of the drafting. I just wanted to make this short kind of clip of what was going through my head, and then we're going to make a bunch of trades to stack the team even more. But anyways, I'll show you the trades in just a little bit, but I'll be back to show you those. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back in literally a second. So hey, what's going on, guys? I said I would be right back, and obviously I split the audio there. I just kind of want to show you guys what I'm going to end up doing for the trades. As you can see towards the bottom, a bunch of them are B, C, and D's. Those are all from the computer. I send the draft after about the 35th or 37th round, somewhere around there. But once you start getting up a bit, you can see that there becomes a lot more A's. If you were to send the draft really early in like the 20th round, which I think most people would do, you won't get a ton of A's at all. You might get 1, 2, or 3. But right here, obviously, there's a bunch of A's and a bunch of top guys. So I'm going to try and show you basically how much value these guys actually have. I obviously want a pitcher, but let's say we want Tanaka, for example. You could trade these 2 guys and get Tanaka. You could trade that Baez guy is worth quite a bit. Any of them are worth quite a bit. As you can see, they are worth a ton. I don't think I want to get rid of a guy like that. A second baseman is not necessarily something that I keep. I want D. Gordon there for a while, so I can show him, and then I can go all the way to the bottom and try and find the lowest A that I have, and not quite going to accept it. There's my B. See how close we are. We're literally on the line. Not quite enough to get it over the hump though. But we have Luis Gonzalez. We'll see if we can get him to accept. Just one more guy. There we go. So there's another A. So we're giving him 2 A's. So we could get Tanaka for 3 A potential guys, which would help us a ton. Now we could also try and get Gio, but Gio asks for a lot, and so does Phil Hughes. Maybe we'll end up trying to get Marcus Stroman. I don't know. But you guys get the idea. I'm trying to trade for a bunch of A potential guys. So I don't want to sit here showing you the trades that I end up making and the boring process to watch. But anyways, I'm going to show you with screenshots any of the trades that I end up making. So that's going to be it for this video as far as the commentary goes. Thanks so much for watching, and the next video will be my first gameplay video of game 1 of the season. I'm going to sim through spring training. But that being said, thanks so much for watching. No, not the most exhilarating video by any stretch, but there will definitely be more. Have a good one, guys.